Welcome to the Psychedelic Integration Podcast. I'm Sinclair Fleetwood, a ceremonialist, plant medicine guide, and psychedelic integration coach, and I help soul seekers create lasting transformation so you can get unstuck, embody your power, and be authentic AF, all with plant medicine as your guide. If you're ready to go beyond visuals and get a vision for your life, if you know the end of your ceremony is just the beginning of your expansion, then this show is for you. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome. Oh, family, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here. I'm your host, Sinclair Fleetwood. We have a gorgeous, very heavy thunderstorm going on outside right now that started just as I was beginning to record the show and doing my little opening ritual that I do. It's so fitting that this rain is sort of pouring down and inviting a pause, which is what this show is about today. So before we get started, I'm really in a juicy mood because we have our residence retreat this weekend. Our July residence retreat is this weekend. I don't know how these months are going so fast. We are going to talk about it on the show. We have one more retreat for this season, September 12th to 15th. If you have been looking for a safe, loving, beautiful place to come and take a pause, to take a tap out of regular daily life, to retreat. Why do we call these retreats? Because we are retreating from the stimulation and the activity and the daily grind and the schedule and the normal everyday life that we are engaging in, to step out and come into nature, away from the distractions, away from all the things, all the problems. Take a vacation from your problems. We do it to come together in presence. And presence is what this show is about today. So if you are looking for a place to be in an integrative container to do deep healing work, I got you. Call me. Call me, girl. No, actually don't call me. Book a call with me. You can go to my website, sinclairfleetwood.com, click on events. There is a link to book a discovery call. So we have a little chat. I let you know everything about the event. You can we'll have a little conversation and make sure it's a good fit. And I would love to have you there. Also, Nest is open if you are wanting some support in doing the work of integration with other sparkly humans who are also on this path. We'd love to have you join. Nest is an intimate family container where we meet every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern and talk about the real work of integration. How do we make the mystical practical in everyday life? It's simple. It's not complicated. It's vulnerable. It's a place to come and hold and be held and see and be seen and have some fun and know that you're not alone. So if you want to learn more about that, go to my website, sinclairfleetwood.com/nest. You can click on work with me if you want to learn about the other ways that you can work with me one-on-one as well. I want to start this show with like the movie theater overview voice. In a world obsessed with speed and productivity. Because kind of, right? Like kind of it's like that. And we really are living in a time that is wanting things to move faster and faster and faster. And even with the introduction of AI, that has just amplified, and it's going to keep going like that because we are moving from the time of the Industrial Revolution to where humanity is now technologically. The speed at which we are traveling is incredibly fast. And that is because we have more power than ever to use energy. And where does our energy come from? Well, it comes from the sun. All of the energy on this planet comes from the sun. It has been stored in the planet. It has been stored for billions of years in oil and fossil fuels and deposits in the earth, right? That is sunlight. And the reason that we can have so much power to processing, for computers, for technology, is because we have learned how to become more and more efficient with the energy that we are using to power these systems. And it's really a great time to be alive. It's amazing. The stuff that's going on this planet is intense and exciting and a little scary and a little bit concerning, and it's everything, right? It's all of those things because we're in an unprecedented time of exponential learning. And as we are moving more and more quickly, we are going to be unraveling all of the theories and all of the things that we thought were true about how consciousness works and what is the meaning of life and why are we here and how does it work. That is all going to crumble because everything prior to what we are learning now is really becoming irrelevant as we continue to move faster and faster and faster. So there's an excitement at going fast, right? There's a thrill. We like it. You know, when you ride a roller coaster, you go really slow up the top and then you get to the top and you're like, boom. I mean, the human body gets a thrill. We like release endorphins when we go fast because it's exciting and we want to do it. And that's part of why psychedelic medicines are getting so popular and kind of coming into the mainstream, is because it's offering this seemingly instantaneous cure to things that we have been struggling with for a long time. It's the thing that's opening a promise when everything else has failed, when all of the old theories and old ways and the things that we have used to soothe and cure and take care of symptoms are no longer doing it for us. Plant medicine is there saying, here is a different way. And so we're showing up to that invitation ready to keep with the old thinking, like, oh, this is going to be the same as like I take this pill and just like that in 30 minutes or less, it's going to fix everything. And I can just keep going really fast. And what integration is asking us and what the medicine path is asking of us is something much deeper, something more profound, kind of a rewriting of your entire belief system, and to see beyond the veil and to see the real reality that is here, not the one that you've been given and programmed with, right? And so it's hard for us to grasp this understanding of what's really going on, quote unquote, when we are going so fast, because you can't take in your own truth. You cannot be with your own truth. You cannot get the deeper lesson from a journey, from an experience. You can't integrate when you're going 100 miles an hour. It's just not possible. And slowing down isn't necessarily just about rest, although we definitely need to rest. Rest is really important. It's about presence. And presence is where transformation happens. Being fully engaged in where you are, not lost in your thoughts, not lost in the past, not lost in worry about the future, right where you are. This has been becoming really present for me and does every time this year. I have noticed this pattern over the summer. It's like the summer heat comes and the energy is rising and rising with all that Gemini energy. And then we kind of like move into Cancer, and Cancer is like the season of water, season of emotions. And all the time around this time of year, I just feel like, oh, I just want to like lay in a meadow and like drink lemonade. Like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go fast. And I feel that way in the winter too. There's like these seasons of sort of wanting to slow down. And this season of summer, well, it's summer in the Northern Hemisphere, right? Is the season of like, okay, we did all this stuff. Like the bounty is on the vine, you know, like the tomatoes are getting ripe. It's time to enjoy. It's time to spend time enjoying. And how much time do you actually make to enjoy yourself, to experience pleasure? And how often do you look at that pleasure and that enjoyment and that deliciousness and that savoring as part of your healing path also? Or do you only look at healing as a struggle, as a mountain you have to climb? Are you climbing a mountain all the time? Do you ever get to rest? Do you ever get to like meander through the valley and hang out by the river and not do anything, right? So when we are in a rush, what happens is we make mistakes, we drop things, we break stuff. We repeat the same lesson over and over because we aren't paying attention and we're not present for the lesson. We're not present to get the full teaching. So life is like, okay, I've got to give you that again because like you're not getting it. And that doesn't mean it's bad. It doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong. You know how I feel about doing it wrong. You can't do it wrong. But what we can do is make it take a lot longer to get to a better place. A better feeling place is where we want to go. We want to feel better, right? Why are we doing this? Why do you take medicine? Do you ask yourself this question? Why are you taking these medicines? Well, I don't want to feel bad anymore. Okay. Why else? Why are you putting time, energy, and money into sitting with medicine? Is it because you don't like yourself? Is it because you think if you take these medicines, you will turn into some perfect version of yourself? I think a lot of people are doing it for that reason because that's what we think we're supposed to do. We think we're supposed to be the idealized version of ourselves. Like there is some version of you that you should be. You should be more like your most awesome self every single day. Okay. All of us have this. We all want to be our best selves. But when we are not slowing down enough to let things move in a good way, when we put all these timelines and deadlines and I should be here, I should be this healed by now, and you don't make that, then you are beating yourself up and you're like feeling like you're never going to get there. But where exactly are you trying to get? Like, where are we in such a hurry to get to? I don't think most of us ever ask the question, why am I in a hurry? And where am I going? And why does it feel so necessary to get there so fast? The addiction that we have to speed and moving quickly and productivity and going really fast is this fear of being left behind, this fear of being abandoned and not being enough, and really a fear of feeling our feelings. You know, letting these emotions wash over us and honoring them. And it's really impossible to feel your feelings when you are on turbo mode. There's not any room for feelings. And our society is designed not to make room for feelings. That's why we have repressed society. That's why we have people who are getting sick and we have all these illnesses, is because we have emotional trauma that is shoved in a drawer and the messages just keep going, period. We're seeing an epidemic of activated nervous systems and autoimmune disorders and chronic pain, chronic illness. And all of these are symptoms of subconscious fear, subconscious rage, subconscious grief that has not been felt. And what the medicine shows us is it gives us a reprieve, is one thing it does. It gives us a reprieve. It lets us step outside of time. It lets us take off the heavy backpack full of, but this problem and this problem and this problem and this problem. We just take it all off, put it down, leave it outside, leave it out on the street, and go into the medicine space and go into the inner space, the infinite inner space of our inner being, of our connection to source energy. We begin to integrate insights that are coming directly from that source. We begin to, just after a few days even, just after one day or one afternoon of spending time in nature, of setting down the devices and getting away from all of the stimulation that we have, we are able to come back into resonance with the intelligence of the earth and align with natural rhythms and understand that it's not what we're doing that's giving us worth, it's how we're being. And that's what the plant medicines are showing us, is you have value and you have worth no matter what you do, no matter what your job is, no matter what relationship status you have, no matter what. You are worthy. You have value. You are beautiful. You are special. You are divine. You are here with a mission. You have a life mission. You have a purpose. And it's no wonder that so many of us are completely disconnected from our purpose. We're completely disconnected from, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing with myself? What is my life's work on this planet, to use a Gene Keys term? And the medicine can offer a path, not to an answer outside of you. It's offering a path to what's inside of you. And the main path is often blocked by fear and trauma and emotions that have not been felt. And so in order to clear the way, to open the way, to allow us to feel, to allow us to return to presence, to allow us to reconnect and remember our wholeness, and kind of come back online to this way of being that is so natural and so normal, to remember that our body knows exactly what to do. We have to allow ourselves to feel all of that stuff and be prepared to like clean, you know. In Ecuador, where I did most of my early learning with medicine and sat with a lot of ayahuasca in San Pedro, a lot of the songs, the medicine songs, are about cleaning, limpia. So a lot of times when you're taking ayahuasca, the medicine carriers are singing songs about cleaning and clearing, opening the way. It's like a lullaby to allow the medicine to move through your energetic body, to move through your physical body, to move through your cellular body, to use its natural way of being. So with ayahuasca, it's a vine, and you can feel the energy and the movement of this vine. And that's why a lot of people say that ayahuasca feels like a snake. It has serpent energy. It's very like earth-based. The mushrooms are the same. The mushrooms have a mycelial network, and this network is connected. It is like the internet. It's nature's internet. It is the original internet, the mycelium. And that's how it works in our body. It comes in and it just goes into every part, into every cell, and is like, hey, what's needed here? What can we let go of? How can we move things in and out of these membranes? The membrane is the boundary of what comes in and out, and it's the protector, and it's really the brain of the cell. If you want to learn more about the theory about membranes and how they are really the control center of the cell, not the nucleus, you can look into Bruce Lipton. He writes about this a lot in his books. We are nature, and when we are constantly taking in, and that's like stimulation. So we're taking in stuff from our phones, we're taking in ads, we're taking in auditory, we're taking in through the senses all the time. From the moment that we wake up, most of us pick up the phone. Maybe we have some practices, but it's not that we're going, okay, I'm going to spend a couple hours like down by the creek. Most of us don't have access to that. So it's not that it's your fault, right? It's this way that we have created our society, and we are opening our eyes and are stimulated all day. Computers, phones, conversations. There's not a lot of time where we're allowing a pause and to be silent and to be still and to not be taking something in. So it feels like we're overwhelmed all the time, because we are. And then we think that the answer to the overwhelm is to do a bunch more stuff. Okay, let's say you're not sleeping well. Okay. You're not sleeping well, and you're starting to like worry about it a little bit because it's been going on for a while and it's really affecting you, mainly because you're worrying about it. And this not sleeping and not sleeping and not sleeping keeps happening. And you're like, okay, I know I got to do something about this. So you start Googling, get on Reddit, bad neighborhood, start looking on Reddit, start looking at symptoms, start looking at different, what do I do for my sleep? Maybe Andrew Huberman comes in. He's always telling people about 17 supplements to take to sleep. So you're like, oh, I need supplements. I need to exercise. I need to get sunlight in my eyes. I need to like get these blue light blocking glasses. Like that's already like 4 things. When you wake up, don't drink coffee for 90 minutes. Like all of these different things, right? So we think in order to fix this problem that I'm having, I'm going to go into turbo masculine problem solving mode. Because that's what we think that we're supposed to do, because that's how our society has told us we need to exist. We are really out of balance with the feminine, with allowing, with trusting that everything blooms in perfect timing, trusting that maybe you're just in a cycle of sleep that is, you need less sleep right now, and whatever is going on, your system can work it out. Instead, we add so much stress to our system. We create these complex, sleep hygiene programs and nighttime routines and all of these things, which can be helpful. Some of those things can be helpful. If you were glued to your phone till 2 o'clock in the morning and you don't sleep well and you're drinking coffee at 7 p.m., those are some things to look at, right? That's not going to be supportive for you to get a nice, good night's sleep. But like any symptom, like anything that's going on, when we put so much attention on this thing that feels wrong, we are amplifying it and we are going to keep getting more of that. And it's a paradox. We think we're supposed to try really, 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 really hard and effort and strive, and that's how we fix things, and that's how we get everywhere. And that's the cultural meme of like the American dream. It can happen to you if you just burn yourself into ash and self-sacrifice and pull yourself up by your bootstraps. You too can have the American dream. And it's like, the American dream is making people really fucking sick. And it's a false narrative to keep you stuck and overwhelmed so that you can't do your spiritual healing, so that you don't wake up, and so that you don't take your power back from the places that you've lost it and become a more engaged participant in the life and society that we are building together. It feels like an unsolvable paradox because we have a belief system that says cause equals effect, that effort equals reward. It is a completely imbalanced masculine belief system that I have to do in order to solve something, that if there's a problem, I need to put all of my attention on it. And what I'm telling you is, if you have a problem that you would like to solve, put none of your attention on it. Look at this problem. Hello. Problem, illness, symptom, issue. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming into my life as my teacher. I hear you. I know you're here. I am going to step away. I am going to press pause, and I'm just going to exist. And you can be there, and I'm here, and I'm not doing anything to you. I'm not trying to change you or convince you of anything. I am going to put my attention somewhere else. And I guarantee you, no matter what it is, it will start to shrink in importance. And if there's some decision to be made or aligned, inspired action to be taken, you will know exactly what that is because you have slowed down to allow the natural solution to arise. You will know the action intuitively. It's not look everywhere on the internet outside of yourself in a frenzied panic. If you were in a frenzied panic when you were looking for answers, you are going to find answers that match the vibration of frenzied panic. If you were calm and collected and trusting and aligned, the answers that you need are going to arrive to you with no effort, because that is how the law of attraction works. That's how vibration works. Everything you need will come to you when you stop trying so hard. And this is the paradox that people cannot understand, because we don't understand. We're like, this is not how it works. This does not follow the laws of physics. And I'm here to tell you, it does follow the laws of physics. This is how physics works. Quantum physics is how it works. And quantum physics will tell you we are vibration and the law of attraction is real. Psychedelics are fast. They are, my teacher says, you can get to the understanding and the healing. You can get to the repressed emotions, whatever you need to find and feel in lots of ways. People sit in caves, they meditate for 20 years, they get there. I don't know about you, but I don't have 20 years. I don't want to wait that long. I want it to happen faster. And medicine speeds it up. Medicine speeds it up way fast. The amount of healing that I've been able to do in the last 7 years since I started intentionally working with plant medicine has been astounding. I feel like I have had multiple lifetimes in this lifetime because of the ancestral healing that I've been able to do with these medicines, because of the willingness that I have to go all the way into my shadow, to integrate the darkness, not to turn away from it, not to try to solve it. And believe me, I have done plenty of solving. I am the queen of problem solving. You can ask my people, you can ask anyone. I am like a really good problem solver. And I have realized that so much of that energy is distraction. It is distracting me from the true work of feeling, going into the shadow, allowing the shadow, allowing the pause, allowing the space. And I've learned so much of this practice and this allowing and embracing of whatever is there from working with the Gene Keys, 100%. The Gene Keys is all about pausing. It's all about contemplation. It's all about taking whatever time you need to take and however long it needs to take. We feel behind because capitalism makes us feel behind. Spiritual consumerism makes us feel behind. You might look on the internet and see people who have been taking medicine and they have these amazing love and light only lives. And that's great, beautiful, congratulations. That's so awesome that you're, living that in the world. Maybe that's not your path. Maybe your path is slower. Does it have to be wrong? Do we compare ourselves? Do we judge ourselves? Do we make our own paths wrong? I don't want to do that to myself, and I'm certainly not going to do it to my clients. What we have to do is allow our wellness, because our wellness is inherent. We are well. It is our birthright to be well. We are naturally well. It's everything that's coming in telling us otherwise that makes us sick. And when we slow down and face our pain and agree and step into the willingness of, okay, I'm already in pain because what I'm doing is not working. This frantic flipping around and freaking out and trying to go so fast is not working. What's the alternative? What is the medicine showing me? Why am I so afraid of it? Can I be willing to look into my fear? Can I face my fear? Can I be willing to be still? Can I be willing to let go of control and let myself trust life and trust the universe and trust the unfolding and trust my higher self and trust that I came here with a mission to be free and to enjoy and to feel good? What do you believe? Do you believe you're here to suffer and struggle and toil and that's how you get salvation? Or do you believe that you came here to, in spite of all of that, and because of all of that, that in the suffering is grace, as Richard Rudd says, that you can step into these altered states, the medicine space, the meditation space, the space. An altered state is a state of connection and presence with nature. I don't know if you've ever spent a day in nature with no phone, just sitting by a creek, hanging out with your people, enjoying yourselves. God, those are the longest days. They last such a long time. When you are spending present time with people, it makes time feel so much longer because we are paying attention. We are fully engaged. We are present. It's a rhythm. And allowing yourself to be in the rhythm of life, to breathe in, breathe out, to breathe, to take time away from whatever you're doing, to pause, to breathe, to step away, and to do it willingly so that spirit doesn't come in and make you stop. Like me, I broke my toe last week. Well, I think it happened because in order for me to really receive this lesson that's coming through me in this moment of pausing, I went last weekend with my broken toe. It was my 1-year anniversary with my partner, Ian, and he's so amazing and wonderful. And we decided to have a day and we went to the farmer's market, which I love in Asheville. And I love to go to the farmer's market. I love to be around the people and buy, fruits and whatever produce. And they have this place called Silver Moon that makes coffee, like cacao coffee. And it's so good. And a lot of times the family, our team will go and we'll meet up at the farmer's market and we just hang out there. And then we went and sat in a park under this beautiful tree. It was a black walnut tree. And we just sat in the grass and talked and enjoyed and weren't on our phones and we weren't rushing around doing anything. We just spent that time and then it's like, oh, what do you want to do next? And then we went home and we watched a movie. And we ended up just having a really beautiful day, spending present time together. And we talked about it afterwards and we were like, we need to do that every weekend. Just one day, Saturday or Sunday, maybe we're going out to nature, whatever, but we are just out of the house, off devices, doing life slowly, So ask yourself, where can you be more present? Where can you create space? The more you slow down, the more smoothly things will move. Obstacles will disappear. The way will open. So if there's something going on in your life where you're feeling struggle energy, resistance, like something isn't moving, no matter how much force you put on it, that is your cue to step away from that particular subject until you cool out about it. Let it breathe, fam. Let it breathe. Where in your life can you allow? And where can you insert joy and pleasure? And let those be your healing guides. Because pleasure isn't rushed. Joy is not rushed. We want to prolong our bliss. We want to milk it. And when we feel good, when you feel good, pay attention to that. Pay attention to when your body feels good, when your energy feels aligned. Say to your body, like, oh yeah, I like this. More of this, please. Work with your tides and know that if you are in a rough spot, you're in a tough space, the way that it becomes chronic is how much attention do you put on it and how much fear are you amplifying inside of it. If you can allow whatever arises to be there slowly, to move with it slowly, to let it evolve and move through you, even if it's a difficult emotion, especially if it's a difficult emotion, if you can be willing to surrender to what is, to be in radical acceptance of this is what is here. This is what is here, and I'm okay with what's here, and I don't need it to be some other way. The more that we fight against the things that we don't want, and we want them to be some other way, we are keeping them alive by attracting from the place of lack, of not having things be another way. Does that make sense? So if it feels like that, your only job is to allow yourself to feel good. Stop solving problems. Stop putting attention to modalities and systems and things that are supposed to give you some kind of full resolution in a step-by-step process. That doesn't mean that learning things and doing programs and working with coaches is bad. In fact, working with a coach like me is going to help you understand how to do this and understand how to get out of the vibration of stuckness. That's what we do. We do vibrational alchemy. We are moving you from the belief system of stuckness, the lack, the places that you're holding yourself hostage and making yourself small and being inauthentic. And a lot of that, for a lot of my clients, looks like perfectionism. It looks like people pleasing. It's ways that you're morphing yourself into some watered down version that is pleasing for other people, but you're going against what you actually need. And the more you ignore what you need, the more your body will make symptoms. It will tell you, I am not happy. If your body is making symptoms, if you are upset, whether it's mental health, emotional health, physical health, your body is telling you something is not right. Your heart is telling you, I need your attention. And these things will get louder and louder and louder until you pay attention to them. And paying attention to them does not mean turn on them with a machine gun and try to murder them. It means stop and listen. If you can stop and listen in your life, if you can take a pause, you will be amazed at what happens in the space between. I would love to help you. If you are looking for companionship, a spiritual bestie on this path, I am here to support you. You can go to my website, sinclairfleetwood.com, click on work with me, learn about all the different ways we can work together. I offer a free clarity and connection call. This is just a little conversation that we have, no charge for you, to get to know me a little bit so I get to know you, and we can talk about, is this the right path for you? Is coaching going to be supportive to you? How can the work that you're doing with the medicine get into your daily life? How can this catalyst become a tangible, actionable place where you are getting into more alignment and ultimately feeling better and feeling good and feeling love and vibing in that high vibration that you want to feel, right? So thanks for listening, family. I will see you next time.